to the Tonight Talk Show. I'm David Cubero, your host, and you know, an interesting thing came over the wire just before I walked out here. A man in Detroit has been arrested for yelling "movie" in the middle of a fire. Boy. Well, we have a great show for you tonight. Our special guest star tonight is David Cubero, and we will be back to talk with David in just a moment. Stick around, won't you?
Let's play Simon! Simon says, come chase after me. Repeat my life sequentially. Gonna do what I do. Simon says, I'll give you the razz if you don't keep up with all my jazz. So don't do what I do. Simon says, go longer and faster, and when you do, you'll be the master. You did do what I did. Simon, the Do What I Do computer game from MB Electronics. Do.
Welcome back to the Tonight Talk Show. I'm David Cubero, your host, and we are very happy to have as our special guest celebrity, David Cubero, star of the small and large screen, as well as radio and a whole host of other things. And we'd like for you to give David a very warm round of applause. Well, thank you very much for having me, David. Good to be here. Well, I understand that you have been an actor for most of your life. Tell us about that. Yes, it's true. I started out acting at a very early age. I was 10 months old. I did Gerber baby food commercial. That was my first taste of being on the set, doing any kind of work at all. I was basically a model. And the extent of my job was to eat Gerber baby food. And I did that well, apparently, because that commercial actually aired for about a year and a half. So it must have been that I did a good job. A lot of people ask me if I was the Gerber baby. I said, no, I was never that good looking to be the Gerber baby. Actually, that was a girl. The Gerber baby was a girl, and I'm not sure if she is alive now, but that was done quite a long time ago, and she would be extremely old if she was still alive. And you did a movie back in the 80s with Mel Gibson, Kiki Strikes Back, The River, is that correct? Yeah, in 1983. We shot the movie with Mel Gibson, Kiki Strikes Back, The River. If you're a Mel Gibson or Kiki Strikes Back fan, I know that you've heard of the movie The River. We shot it in Tennessee. It was great to be a part of it. That was a lot of fun. And your daughter played with Kiki Strikes Back's daughter. Yeah, that's true. My daughter, Liana, my youngest daughter, who's 24 now, and Kiki Strikes Back's daughter, Skylar, they did play together on the set. My whole family was on the set of The River with me, and they hung out around the Beehive dressing room, you know, and they played, and they had a good time, and, you know, they actually still keep in touch by email and holiday cards and things like that, even to this day. Well, David, I hear you've been doing some pretty exciting things lately. Well, back in 2004, I worked with Queen Latifah, and I was in the movie Beauty Shop. And in the movie, I was a dancer. In fact, I was the only Jewish dancer in the entire film, so, you know, what can I say? But I'm not complaining, I got paid for it, you know, anyway. No, actually, that was a great film to work on. Queen Latifah's a nice lady. She really is. I enjoyed working with her a great deal. Now, the films I've worked on more recently, in fact, in 2005, the first one that I did was called Kiki Strikes Back. Now, this was totally improv. We had no script. There was no prompts. The director didn't say, hey, we want you to do this and that. We actors actually created the story as we went. It was one actor feeding off the other. It was an amazing thing to do, and I was really happy to be a part of it. The next film that I did last year was a film that I'm going to have to say is going to be one of the most memorable films to date, probably one of the most memorable films in my entire career. It's called Roman Jewel, and Roman Jewel is very modernized version of Romeo and Juliet, but don't let that deter you from watching it if and when it's released to theaters, because it's well worth your $10 to see it. It is an amazing film. The script is great. Everything about it's good. Beautiful young actress Lindsay Hahn is the star of the show. She plays the title role of Jewel, Juliet, of course. It was an amazing thing to work with this girl. She was an amazing actress. This film has also played some of the film festivals, and in fact I talked with Lindsay about a month ago, and none of us have heard whether this is going to be released straight to video or whether it's actually going to be sent to theaters. But that's another movie, if you get a chance to see it, I suggest that you do. And don't think just because it's a take on Romeo and Juliet that it's some tired story. It's really not. It's got hip-hop and a few twists and turns that Shakespeare never came up with. So you'll want to see that one when it comes out, definitely. And then I did a movie called Flags of Our Fathers. Flags of Our Fathers is about the planting of the flag at Iwo Jima during World War II. Now that is an amazing film, but it really doesn't matter who was in the film. It doesn't matter who the actors are, because it's Steven Spielberg produced, Clint Eastwood directed. Now, with names like that, it doesn't matter. They could have had chimps out there doing the film. And the next film that I did is a really neat film based on a true story. It's called Gridiron Gang, and it stars Jimmy the Rock Johnson. It's about football. Everyone loves football, and many people are fans of The Rock, so this is going to be a film that I know a lot of people are going to want to see. It's going to be released sometime around the same time as Flags of Our Fathers, which will be in the fall, September, October, something like that. And in this film, I play the part of a cheerleader's father. So it's going to be something I'm looking forward to seeing. I like football, and I'm looking forward to seeing it. I can't give away the ending, but it's a very, very exciting film. It's about a bunch of juvenile delinquents who are in a detention center, and they form a football team led by The Rock, and oh man, it turns out very exciting. It's a rated PG-13 film, so you know, you can let your children watch. It's a sort of a feel-good film, and I really recommend it. It's going to be really neat. Even if I weren't in the film, I'd still recommend this film. It's going to be a neat picture. Well, thank you for joining us, David. And thank you for joining us on the Tonight Talk Show. And don't forget, lead me not into temptation. I'll find it myself. See you tomorrow night.